How do Winnipeggers feel about it, though? How is it resonating where you work? CBC's Jim Agapito hit the street yesterday to find out.
Bernie Petit,
Do you hold a position of management or are you a worker? I'm just curious.
management.
Does your job require you to have sick notes when you're ill?
Our policy, yes, after a few days, you have to have a sick note.
How many days would that be?
I think it's 2 days.
Okay, and how do you feel about that?
I feel like a lot of doctors take a lot longer than 2 days to get in to get a sick note. And that I should just be able to trust my staff that if they're sick, they're sick.
What do you think about the idea of ending sick notes?
I think it's a good idea. If you use up all your sick days, you use up all your sick days. So if you need 5 days because you have a sickness, then you should be able to just use those days up.
My name is Ryan Mushrow. I am a worker.
Does your work require you have sick notes when you're ill?
I would think so in most circumstances, yes. I work in healthcare, so I think in certain circumstances it's necessary as a stopgap to make sure that people are using, work resources appropriately. But I think sometimes it can be a little overbearing, especially given the nature of some conditions, especially physical disabilities, things like that. Like, we shouldn't be asking people to trek out all over the place to get notes just to justify some time off.
What do you think of the idea about ending sick notes?
I think, like many other ideas, it's obviously worth a shot. I think it's always worth trying new approaches to these kinds of things. I would probably support something like that in a test scenario.
My name is Sydney Kachu. I'm just a regular employee. I don't manage anything.
Does your work require you to have a sick note when you're feeling ill?
I don't know about the whole place. I work at a very big workplace, but my boss personally doesn't require it. She has a lot of trust in us.
What do you think of the idea of getting rid of sick notes?
Well, I have a chronic illness, so the idea of sick notes is a little frustrating to me because if you're trying to recover, obviously you don't want to leave your house and get other people sick. Wait times for doctors, so I would be all okay for getting rid of those. But again, people take advantage of systems a lot, so there's pros and cons.
What have you seen done or heard?
Well, each workplace has their own way to deal with that. Some people get questioned by upper level, maybe get a small punishment or docked pay or something. Personally, I've never seen it. I've only ever heard stuff about that.
I'm Miranda Zadarozny. So I own Crafted Crust at the sandwich shop here with my husband.
Do you require a sick note from your employees when they're feeling ill?
No, I don't. We pretty much have an honor basis. I'm a millennial, so honestly, if they send me a text saying they're not well, I take them at face value. I worked in an office for 8 years and I felt like, you would be genuinely sick and you would be needing a sick note, which, sometimes I understand it's for a good reason, but sometimes I'd be like, I'm just sick and I need to rest. And so sometimes the idea of going down to a clinic to get a sick note feels a little bit, counterintuitive maybe, just that you're having to go out into the public sick to get a note to claim that you're sick. If you're sick, you need to rest. That's my opinion. So I suppose if it ended up being longer than a week, you might want to just see, are you okay? Maybe you should go to a doctor. But as for taking time off, I don't feel that you need a note here anyways. So.
Terry Erdman. I'm an employee here at the Forks.
The idea of sick notes, does your employer require you to have a sick note when you're ill?
No, we do not do that here. We have trust. We build trust with each other, and that if we say we're sick, we trust that we are being honest.
So the idea of getting rid of sick notes, how do you feel about that?
Honestly, I think I would definitely say I'm in favor of getting rid of them because to me, it just doesn't seem very pointless. It seems kind of pointless to be like, oh, you have the sniffles, you need to go to a doctor now and get everyone in the waiting room infected, right? So not to mention it's now I have to pay out of pocket for gas to get there. And plus it's, the sick note costs money, right? So, and for someone like me who, is a wage worker, that becomes a lot of money, So personally, I'd be in favor of that.
CBC's Jim Agapito speaking to Winnipeggers about getting rid of sick notes altogether, but also what they think of the province's plan that was confirmed in the throne speech yesterday to change the use of sick notes for short-term illness and not require them before 7 days.